up, guys? We are on our way to tow a 2022 GMC Sierra. It's supposed to be broke down over here in the Jones Creek area, going back to one of the local GM dealerships. It's supposed to be just broke down, so I'm assuming probably one of the fuel pump modules or one of the electrical issues they're kind of plagued with on those vehicles. Going to be filming with a new camera. I got a GoPro Hero 12 for my main camera. Also got one of the new 360 camera GoPro Maxes. So try to do some filming with those today, kind of break those in. So let me know what you think of those, and we'll head that way and see what we got. Thanks for watching, guys. Positioned back here.
Do you think, like, after it's up there, do you think you can pass through there, or?
No, I won't be able to pass through there. I'll have to go back out that way. There, I don't think my truck alone would fit under that, much less having that thing loaded on it. So I'll have to back up, and I can go out that way. So.
No, porque como te va a tener la troca arriba, va a topar la troca más para arriba y no va a poder.
So, yeah, so I go back out that way. Snap my pictures. Already got one picture of it a minute ago when I walked back here to make sure I could even fit. It is the fuel pump module issue. These trucks are having a lot of issues with fuel pump modules and a number of other issues, but I tow several of them a week. Unfortunately, from what I've been told, the only fixes they have for them are basically to put the same fuel pump module back in it, which is kind of inevitable to fail again. So pull off a little slack. Get my phone out of my pocket. Snug my cable up a little bit. See what kind of shifter this thing's got. It's electric. If you long press the button, the start button, it'll go into run mode after a little while, as long as you don't have your foot on the brake there. But yeah, conditions not correct for shift. So these, unfortunately, do not have a shift lock release unless you go underneath them. And on the side of the transmission, you can use a wrench and like zip tie a wrench up. It doesn't go into neutral because of the electric shifter.
I don't know.
It doesn't. It's these trucks don't go into neutral unless they actually start.
Okay.
So either I can drag the truck or I can walk my truck underneath yours.
Okay.
But it might scratch the driveway a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is that's fine with you?
Yeah, no,
okay.
no
I just wanted to ask before I do that. I always like to ask. I can, for the most part, not scratch it up too bad, but I like to ask before I do it. Stick the bed under the tire there a little bit. And careful not to drag the bed on the concrete. Nice and easy. Keeping the winch tight. Luckily, this isn't in four-wheel drive or anything. If it were in four-wheel drive, we wouldn't be able to do it like this. We'd have to drag it. I'm gonna go ahead and straighten up the steering a little bit here. That way it'll come over a little bit. Then I can watch this side also. I don't really expect there to be any chance of this thing to pop into neutral. It's got the parking brake set and it's stuck in park. But I always like to keep the winch cable at least pretty close to being tight all the way. Yes, I could just drag this thing. This is a little easier on their truck. The front ends of these things are pretty low and it pulls up on the bumpers pretty bad. One more little push back here. And I'm going to put my skates under it. It's a good thing we didn't have to come back any further because we're getting close to the front of that Honda over there. Stick these here. Use the bed. push them under the tires. Keep the winch tight a little bit. Now you can go back in a little bit, drop it down. It puts it right there under the skates. Now you can see all the skates lift the tires up off the ground. It's about the easiest way to be on one of these trucks, especially these electric shift trucks. I don't really like dragging them if I don't absolutely have to. Yes, this is a lot of extra work that wasn't necessarily necessary, but takes care of the customer's vehicle, and you don't have to worry about damage claims. Makes them slide off nice and easy at the dealership too. Especially with skates, I like to get my 4 straps on it nice and tight on each corner. Especially with the skates, the rear end will like to slide around on you. You have to corner real hard. Do any kind of like evasive maneuver. Make sure I get my straps nice and tight so I don't want to slide around on you. This way. Couple more straps here, and we will be good to go. We can haul this thing over to the local dealership. One last strap. All right, got that one done. All right, got that one loaded up. We are headed to the local GM dealership right now to go get it unloaded. The pretty tight quarters where it was at had the problems that I assumed it was going to have with the fuel pump module being out, which means it doesn't, crank and crank and crank, but not actually start. And if it does start, it won't stay running, and which is a common problem with these trucks. Any of the full-size GM trucks, some of the smaller mid-size ones Cadillacs and stuff like that have a lot of trouble with this particular issue. And unfortunately, like this truck, most of the newer GM trucks have an electronic shifter, and there's no actual shift lock release inside of the truck. The only way to really put them into neutral is to go underneath it, and you have to like put a wrench on this little shaft on the side of the transmission and twist it up and like zip tie it in place. And a lot of times you have to disconnect the e-brake connections on the rear axle, so that way the e-brake doesn't try to keep setting on it. It's just a hassle to try to do that. So a lot of times I'll either just drag it up the bed, or something like this where I'll walk underneath it to not put as much strain on those electronic shift transmissions. So we got it loaded. It's pretty tight quarters where it was at, but we got it done. We are headed to the dealership. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right, we're here at the dealership now. Get this thing dropped off. Get it unstrapped first. I've already given the service advisor the keys, because keys don't do us any good. I'm just gonna slide this thing off and then walk it off of the truck. So there's several other brand new Chevy trucks similar to it. I actually towed this one in a few days ago. That one's a diesel. That one had a similar issue, but it wasn't a fuel pump module. It was just completely dead for some reason. Just no power at all. Jump start failed. Side steps wouldn't even come down. Like, even if with the jump box on it being supplied 12 volts, the rails wouldn't come down on it. And it's just somewhat of a common problem these trucks are having. Just plagued with a bunch of electrical issues. Just kind of sad, because you used to think of Chevy and GM as being one of the most reliable truck automotive brands, And they have kind of went the opposite direction in recent years. Get this thing unloaded. Got my GoPro Max there, doing the 360 shots. We'll be using that to film me walking this thing off the truck. First, we're gonna slide this thing down real quick. The bed positioned about where I want it. I'd like a little bit further back. I'm gonna walk my truck back a little bit more here. Just this truck isn't sticking so far out into the way. Now with the skates under it, it should pretty much just slide off until the bed hits the ground, or until the tires hit the ground, at the edge of the bed rather. Just like that. Pull my bed out from underneath it. What I'll generally do is I'll leave the skates right on the edge of the bed and just kind of tilt up, which pushes this truck back, but will also pull my skates out from under the truck. Just like that. So now I don't have to go and try to jack up the truck to get my skates out from underneath it, or sit there and try to kick them out or hammer them out or anything dumb like that. They just kind of get pulled out by themselves. All right, now let's get this thing off by the same way we normally do it. Pull the bed out, about right there, push forward, for the bed, bring the bed in, just watching the front of your truck to not push it into anything. It's lifting the rear tires off the ground. Yes, it's probably not super good for the hydraulics and stuff, but it's a lot easier on its side than shaking the heavy truck off. One last little there, and she's off. Go ahead and get this thing unhooked. Come back to this side because that's where I have it free spooled at. Hold the bed back up, and that is that. Got this one unloaded. Hopefully they can get it fixed up and everything. I gotta finish taking the rest of my pictures and get the info and stuff off of it. Be ready for whatever we got next. Appreciate you guys for watching. If y'all would, please subscribe, like, and share.